Travels by Broomstick comes to you from South Wales, the land of the dragon. Oh, and sheep. We got lots of sheep. Welcome to all you good people out there in podcast land. So, let's get the broomstick out the garage, and off we go.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a young girl who was put under a witch's spell. Her name was Sleeping Beauty. But that is only a fairy tale, I hear you cry. Well, let me tell you the tale of the real-life Sleeping Beauty and how she woke up and lived happily ever after.
Today's journey takes us to Turville, a lovely little village in Buckinghamshire, England, in the UK, to a cottage that is now known as Sleepy Cottage, nestled in the heart of the English countryside.
Ellen Sadler was born on the 15th of May, 1859, the youngest child from a family of 12. Ellen's parents were Anne and William Sadler, but William sadly passed away when Ellen was a young girl, and her mother remarried a gentleman named Thomas Frewen. They were farm workers, and in 1871, at age 11, Ellen went to work as a nursemaid for a family with 2 small children. She began to suffer from periods of extreme drowsiness, and as the family didn't have much money, the parish vicar, Reverend Studholme, asked the local doctor, Henry Hayman, to secure her admission to the local hospital. Ellen spent 18 weeks at the hospital before the doctors declared her to be incurable, and she was subsequently sent home on Tuesday the 27th of March, 1871. It was 2 days later, on Thursday the 29th of March, 1871, that Ellen fell into a deep, deep sleep. Days went by and she did not wake up. She lay in the bed with her hand under her head, laying on her left-hand side with her lower extremities drawn upwards. Weeks went by and she did not wake. Months went by and she did not wake. Years went by and she did not wake. Dr. Henry Hayman visited Ellen many times over the next few years. Ellen had become quite the tourist attraction for the village, with journalists, medical professionals, and many curious members of the public coming from across the country to see her. There were some people who would even pay to take locks of her hair as a souvenir until supply began to run out. Some of the visitors, however, were sceptical of Ellen's illness and would try to uncover her alleged hoax by stabbing the poor girl with pins, but this didn't cause her to stir from her deep slumber. Her breathing was said to be regular and natural. Her skin was soft and warm to the touch. She lay still and silent, just like Sleeping Beauty in the fairy tale. Apparently, Ellen's family were making quite a bit of money from Ellen's illness. The family would make around £2 per week, which is around £215 today. Ellen's mother, Anne Frewen, died on the 29th of May 1880 of a heart attack, and her father, Thomas Frewen, died at the age of 74 at Saunderton Workhouse. Ellen was cared for by her older sisters, mainly her sister Grace and her family. Grace was 3 years older than Ellen and had married a man named Reuben Blackall in 1877, and they had 2 children together. 5 months after Ellen's mother had died on the 29th of May 1880, Ellen awoke. By the following November, she'd made a full recovery. Now 21 years of age, she claimed to have no memory of her almost 10 years of sleeping. In 1886, Ellen married a man named Mark Blackall. They had 5 children together. Sleeping Beauty had married her handsome prince. Well, a handsome farmer anyway. The Sadler family home became known as Sleepy Cottage, and the story of Ellen Sadler has remained as part of the local folklore ever since.
Besides Sleeping Beauty, Turville is also a famous filming location. Sleepy Cottage was used as the filming location for the 1998 movie Goodnight Mr. Tom, starring John Thor. Turville is also the home to the Copstone Windmill, which was featured in the movie Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang. This was built in around 1816 on Turville Hill. Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang is a 1968 musical fantasy film directed by Ken Hughes, starring Dick Van Dyke as Caractacus Potts, Sally Ann Howes as Trudy Scrumptious, along with Robert Helpman as the child catcher.
Children, where are you? I know you're here somewhere.
The village of Turville is also the filming location for the British crime drama Midsummer Murders, but is best known as the home of Geraldine Granger from the British television series The Vicar of Dibley. The Vicar of Dibley starred Dawn French, Emma Chambers, Trevor Edward Peacock, Gary Wildhorn and Robert Lloyd Pack. It is set in the fictional Oxfordshire village of Dibley, which is assigned a female vicar following the 1993 changes in the Church of England that permitted the ordination of women, and follows Dawn French's character Geraldine as the new vicar.
Turville's village provides a picturesque backdrop, with St Mary's Church being used as the fictional parish of St Barnabas. We were able to walk around the beautiful churchyard and even have a look inside the church, with its traditional pews, lovely ceiling, stunning stained glass windows, and they were even selling mugs. I had my photo taken outside Old Beam's cottage, which was used as the Vicar of Dibley's home, along with other local cottages in the area. I had a fantastic time staying in the accountant's house, also featured in the Vicar of Dibley, and I enjoyed rewatching some of the classic episodes while I was there. So there's only one question left to ask. How many brooms do you give the beautiful village of Turville?
I'm going to give Turville 3.5 brooms.
What did you like about the village of Turville?
Turville is a very picturesque village and I really enjoyed my time there.
What was your favourite filming location in Turville?
Well, I think it was the windmill. I was really surprised to see it up there on the hill.
Do you like the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Well, I did as a child. It was very good.
I was absolutely terrified of the child catcher.
Come and get your lollipops.
I hated it. It creeped me out.
I can't even remember the child catcher.
That's how good the film was then. Nobody knows what really happened to Ellen Sadler. Was it narcolepsy, drugging by the mother? Was it witchcraft? What do you think happened to her?
I don't know. I'm as baffled as the doctors were. Do you have any ideas?
I'm a little bit suspicious of it. I think it may have been the mother. I think it might have been an elaborate hoax. I think the doctor might have been paid off.
So you think the mother drugged her? It is... I suppose she did recover when her mother had died.
Yes, and I do find it really suspicious.
Well, you're a suspicious character, aren't you?
I am indeed.
Well, that concludes our adventures for this week.
We hope you've all had a magical time.
A smagical time.
It's magical.
Yeah, I hope it's magical.
It's magical.
It's magical.